You know, we talk a lot in the sports world about culture, and I think that's a word that gets thrown around a lot. What would you say, and what's your kind of hope as you head into 2025, as far as what Tyrone Young football is about at Kentucky Wesleyan?
Yeah. Now, one thing that, it's nice to be respected by the other coaches in the conference like we are. Teams know when they play us, they're going to have to, show up every Saturday because we're going to show up. And the one thing that I look forward to this year with these guys and what a Tyrone Young led football team looks like is a physical football team. Somebody that, all four quarters and now we're starting to get to more of the discipline realm. And so, having to weed through that process and figure out, the temperament of doing things, by the book and everything else. And so the temperament of our guys is really well right now. And we're playing with a great edge in camp. And if we have an edge in camp when we step out on the field on a Saturday, teams are going to be able to feel that and see that. And when you turn on our tape, do we play with that same edge? And so that's what, the message has been to the guys. We say dig in and, we got that from, one of my mentors. And it's just something that is what we rally around. We know we're a blue collar school. We know there's nothing really given to us, and everything's got to be earned, especially in the GMAC. I mean, shoot, we play some great schools, so we know that every Saturday you got to come with it. And if you don't, all due respect, we all respect each other as coaches, but we're all out there trying to win, and then we're out there trying to do what we need to do to make our guys, appreciate the things that they're doing.
Well, we talked a little bit about some of those returners, and I want to start off. A first team All Selection from last season in Brandon Mackey. Unfortunately, lose him, have to replace that. But what are some of the things that we can focus on as far as some of the guys that are returning, and who are you kind of leaning on in camp to get you guys kind of settled in, and to help maybe some of the new class, or some any transfers that you were able to get, which we'll talk about in a second, kind of settled into that what we just talked about, that Tyrone Young football program.
Yeah. Mackey, all due respect to him, he was amazing. He was an amazing kid to coach. Played hard, practiced hard, was everything that you want as a coach. And we're gonna miss him. But he left us in great hands. When we talk about our running backs, that room is about 5 or 6 guys deep right now, and any one of them can go. When when we step out on the field on a Saturday, teams are going to know where our running backs are lined up, because that's a part of our nature and what we do offensively. But if you talk about the guys that we're going to lean on, we return two captains. Andrew Hobbs, number 63, is moving over to left tackle from right. He started every game. He started 22 games, so every year he's been here, he started. He started all the games, and then we return actually now because we got a master's program, and so I don't have to lose any more of my babies to other schools in the conference because we didn't have a master's program. I got Jaden Santos Lopez back. He's our all conference. I mean, he's an all conference defensive end. He's gotten all conference honors in the GMAC. He's been a 3-time captain, and he returns. And then, you lean on guys like two more of our 6 captains were named today. They were selected by their teammates yesterday. Number 54, Taryn Young, another guy who's going to be a 4-year starter for us. And then Malik Bolin, number 0, number 51 last year, number 0, who's had a tremendous offseason out in, Nashville, Tennessee. And he looks like, he looks amazing. I'll just put it like that. He's playing out of his world, out of his mind right now. So the trenches are going to be pretty strong for us. And then, you got guys like Harrison Birch who came in towards the end of the year and lit it up in the last game of the season. And then we return a plethora of guys and on defense. And we got a few key transfers in that really, really help some different positions for us. But I'm excited because the amount of guys that we do bring back, and then offensively, a name that I think the GMAC will come to learn and know is Cam Brogan, one of our wide receivers. He's a special kid, and I look forward to seeing him grow throughout, the season. And, we open with a tough opponent. I look for him, to have a great day that day.